It's 7:45. I had tons of condensation sleeping in this meadow, so everything's wet. And there's something big over there, probably an elk, been crashing around for a while, hoping it would peek its head out of the trees, but it hasn't. And I'm not going to go investigate in case it's not an elk and it's something scarier, so I'll just leave that animal be. Just powered up like 400 feet. Feeling pretty good today. I had a really great dinner last night because I had half a package of Wisconsin cheese instant mashed potatoes with cold water because I don't have a stove. Then I crumbled some corn chips for a bit of crunch. I had a little cheese square. I had half a package of ready cooked bacon, delicious. And I had a cold beer, and I had a handful of jelly beans, those jelly beans that I bought in Phillipsburg, which are mainly alcohol flavored, so like strawberry margarita and beer, champagne flavored. So it was like my after dinner cocktail time. I just passed a hiker by the name of Slinky. He told me that I was the first person he had seen going south in 2 days. So, yep, I'm definitely behind all the other Sobos and Snowbos. The remains of an old cabin has no roof. Whoa, I just ran into Picky. Picky is the hiker who I entered the Gila River section with the first day. And he was instrumental in me not dying and getting swept down the river, because he would go first and kind of like stake out how deep the water was. And yeah, it was above my waist. And then I'd kind of follow his lead. So really nice meeting him. And I thanked him again for helping me that first day in the Gila. It's wraps! So that's where we got dropped. Okay, I just sat for like 2 hours with those guys. We're talking about the trail ahead. I'm telling them about the trail ahead for them, like all the cool places to stay, all the cool places to go. Got a lot of intel, and we started about talking about hiking in Europe. So if it works out, we might be hiking in Europe together after the CDT. Like, how freaking cool would that be? So awesome. And they also told me about an alternative in 6 miles that I might take, the Lewis and Clark Nez Perce Trail. So I'll get to the junction and I'll decide if I want to do official CDT or I want to take the Nez Perce Alt. What is this noise? Trail closed. Someone wrote, hike on Sobos. If the trail isn't closed, then why do they still have the sign up? I better take down this information. When I get to the junction, I will check and see what I need to do. Poop. I forgot to take a picture with Link. I just ran into Link, and we sat for a while, ate some lunch, chit-chatted up, and I'm really behind in my miles now. But, watch where I'm going. Totally worth it. Ooh. Ah. I'm on a bridge. I'm on a bridge. Doing a bridge dance. Nice spot to grab a bit of water. I've been seeing some cow poop, so I'm returning to the land of the cattle. Montana, Idaho cattle. Pond. Nice sunny day. CDT goes this way. I'm going to try this alternative. The alternative that Caroline and Raps and HD and Link took. Of course, I may be regretting this, as there's a giant blowdown during my first steps of the alternative. Cool Ranch. Cool Ranch Doritos chips. Alternative is following that river down there in the valley rather than going up high. Pretty lonely. This area is part of the Nez Perce National Historic Trail. From June to October 1877, more than 750 Nez Perce men, women, and children and 2,000 horses eluded the pursuing U.S. Army across much of the Pacific Northwest and part of the Great Plains through Oregon, Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming. Every day was struggling, fighting and hurrying on, faint for food, tired with the hard traveling. Many difficulties I cannot explain. Little children, some of them wounded. Women dying of wounds on the trail. Men left to die or be killed by the soldiers and scouts because they were too old to travel further or shot too badly to ride. And this is a quote from Raven Spy, Nez Perce warrior. The treatment of the Nez Perce people was absolutely horrible, but I am glad they are commemorating and remembering what's happened with these history panels along the way. And talking to Raps and Caroline, they did say that there are many more along this route that I'm walking. So I look forward to learning more about this black mark in American history. So this alt that I'm walking is part of the old CDT. Nez Perce National Historic Trail. I always liked being on strange adventures outside of the regular CDT route. Bloody Dick. This is Bloody Dick Road. And I'm coming up on Reservoir Lake. And I heard it was super beautiful. And oh, turn the corner. Yeah, super beautiful. Go down there and check. Warning, bears are currently active in this area. Who's gonna see that sign unless they were walking? Like, it's a very small sign. It is so pretty here. Reservoir Lake Campground, Beaverhead Deer Lodge. Pack it in, pack it out. Uh-oh, it's a feed area. Might just be here for a visit. I'm here about the beetles eating all the trees. And there's crying children and barking dogs. Reservoir Lake. It's a pretty one. Be great for swimming if it wasn't the end of the day. I'm just gonna grab my water and go because I don't want to pay $8 for feed camping when I can just camp wherever in the forest. It is nice here. Okay, so I've collected my water. I found out that the bear who's been roaming around campground popping people's inflatables, which is actually pretty funny, is a black bear, not a grizz, which is, I'm not surprised, it's not a grizz. There's not too many grizz in this area. But yeah, so they're a little bit, the peeps I talked to are a little bit worried for me, but I'm gonna hike a number of miles away from the campground, so I'm not too worried about it. Very pretty everywhere I look. Absolutely did not expect to see sagebush down here. The guys told me it was a forested walk. This is sagebush. 8:10, and I really should find a campsite. It smells like pine sap because of all the logging operations. No, there's new vehicles. It's 8:10, time to find a campsite. Hopefully not in sagebrush. Look at all these logs. Just spoke with a logger. He's going to be working the night shift. It's going to be noisy as all heck down here. So I'm going to walk on and not camp anywhere near this area. The guy told me about this place down here to camp. And it has a privy for the morning. Privy, privy, privy. I like privies.
Oh my gosh, I have so much mud.
Yeah, my mud.